I want to apologize. I want to apologize to Robert Patterson because a couple of years ago, I saw the reveal that he was going to be portraying one of my favorite comic book characters, Batman Bruce Wayne, in the new DC The Batman movie. And I want to take a second and to just say that I was wrong in my assumption in thinking that this movie was not going to be good, that for some bizarre reason that it was going to take, cues from his previous movies that happened over a decade ago, and he was going to bring it into one of my favorite franchises of all time. That was childish, unprofessional, and I believe that it is my duty as a YouTuber and a content creator to admit to my own faults. I'm doing that right now because after watching this trailer today, just now, from the DC fandom, I have no doubt in my mind that this is going to be one of, if not one of the greatest DC movies of all time. This looks amazing. Just from the trailer alone, from the darkness, from the depression, from the hopelessness that every good Batman comic story movie portrays. I think this trailer really does a good job of centering on all of those emotions. It's going to be amazing, and I cannot wait to see the finished product. I am a believer in the Batman. I am a believer in this Batman 100%. This is clearly a very young version of Bruce Wayne Batman who looks like he is struggling to find the common balance between his persona as Bruce Wayne and his true self as Batman. Looks like he is still struggling with that deep inner depression and anger and wanting to portray that vengeance out forward, even as Bruce Wayne, where he's supposed to be portraying the playboy mentality as Bruce Wayne. It looks like you can see on his face that he just really doesn't care about that right now. And I feel like just the trailer alone has really portrayed those emotions perfectly. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman, sleek and sexy. Cannot wait to see that version. I have no doubt that that's probably going to be one of my favorite versions of Catwoman as well. Cannot wait to see it. It's going to be great. Not really too keen on that mask, though. I wish they would get rid of that toboggan-like mask that she's got. Maybe give her a more form-fitting, sleek leather look like the classic comic and the later movies portrays. Maybe she'll get a better version of the mask by the movie's end. You never know. The actor that portrays Alfred, that good English accent, that, common, caring about the well-being of Bruce Wayne, portrayed beautifully in this trailer. Cannot wait to see his portrayal as well. The actor that is portraying the Penguin, that cocky, annoying attitude, thinking that he's won or trying to have that criminal kind of mafia style, lingo of confidence, trying to tell Batman probably to calm down when he's beating up his lackeys. Can't wait to see that either. Looks like that's going to be really good. The Riddler was released in this trailer as well. Happy to see that he is going to be a part of this movie too. I don't want to see any more villains than that. The Riddler and Penguin is plenty. I think anything more than two villains is going to be too much. Let's just focus on the Riddler and the Penguin. That's enough. No more than that, please. 2, 3 major players like Scarecrow, Penguin, and the Riddler. And according to the trailer, it also looks like the Riddler is going to be the main player or villain in this film as well. That is very welcoming, very good to hear. The Riddler is a villain that really pushed Batman to utilize his detective skills. So I'm thinking that that's what the basis of the movie is going to be about. Is, of course, Batman trained across the world to master all of the martial arts and his ninja skills, the sneaking around, the stealth, so on and so forth. But he didn't really do too many criminal detective skills. It wasn't really until he was introduced to his rogue gallery and trying to take down the mafia and the organized criminal activity as well. he started to become known as the world's greatest detective. So really like the idea of the Batman Year One premise of him taking on the Riddler for the first time, of him really coming into that world-renowned detective, of him developing those skills as well. That's never really been told before on film. We've seen that in numerous animated movies, comic books, so on and so forth, but we've never seen it on the live action screen. So I'm really hoping that that delves deep into becoming one of the greatest Batman stories of all time. To be completely honest, man, I have not been this excited for a Batman film since The Dark Knight Rises. I think The Dark Knight will still always be my favorite Batman film, but I would love to see this film take it on and try to take its place. Also, while we're speculating, I like to point out that, I mean, the trailer really showed this young version of Batman filled with rage, like an out of control rage, not really a calculated, pinpointed mastery of his skills, of of his martial arts. Just look like a pure, just vengeance, rage form of attacking criminals. So to be able to become the world's greatest detective, he's going to have to master the chi within himself to bring out the mental instability to be able to take on these type of criminals. Oh, that is going to be so fun to see on the big screen, man. I cannot wait. Just love the atmosphere of this Gotham City as well. It really reminds me of the Joaquin Phoenix Gotham City. There is no happiness going on in this Gotham City. It's dark, it's foggy. It just seems sad, filled with depression, hatred, anger, and just hopelessness. And through the shadow, this vigilante is going to come through and provide some hope to the people of Gotham City. And these are the type of stories that produce the greatest Batman stories, just the sense of hopelessness. And that's what makes Batman my favorite DC comic book character, because of course, like Superman, it kind of starts out happy. He's dealing with aliens, godlike beings, so on and so forth. You have the Flash, kind of the same, but Batman, ground level foes, just dealing with the lowest of the low down of criminals. I mean, his rogues gallery, starting with the Joker, of course. I mean, even going to the Riddler, Two-Face. I mean, you can go down the pantheon of criminal characters, man. It's just nothing beats it. Absolutely nothing. Honestly, I think the only character that comes close to the rogue gallery of villains to Batman is Spider-Man. So I'm so excited for this film. It comes out March the 22nd. Yeah, I am. Hopefully, with this video, I have expressed my excitement for this film, man. I cannot tell you, like I said, I have not been this excited for a DC film since The Dark Knight Rises. That is the absolute truth. So what I want to know now, I want to know your thoughts, man. How do y'all feel about the trailer? Do you think I'm spot on? Are you just as excited about this film as me? Or do you think I'm overreacted? Do you think this is going to be a letdown like the majority of the DCEU films? That's another question too. Does this movie exist within the DCEU, or is this in its own separate universe? That is a question that I don't think has been answered yet. So hopefully the film will answer that for us. Maybe will this Batman be able to interact with the Justice League? Who knows? So, all right, man. If you like the video, do me a favor, hit that like button. Hit that notification bell icon if you want to see more videos just like this. You can follow me at youtube.com/smartjack79. I am also on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Thanks, everybody, for watching the video and their support. And as always, I will see you guys on the next one and catch you guys later. Bye.